Should you buy a house now or wait till 2022? You might be wondering if the price is going down or will there be a crash or attempt to cool down costs. Any smart person would think twice before making a purchase. After all, this isn't just any type of purchase. It's a house. Buying a house can be one of the most rewarding, life-changing parts of the American dream. It's also, for most people, one of life's most expensive, disruptive, and time-consuming purchases that doesn't have much room for financial error unless you're rich, because it doesn't matter how much you could lose. So we understand if you want to make the smartest moves on when and how to spend your money. Lucky for you, we're here to help solve the crisis at hand. In this video, we will discuss the factors for the rising of house prices and what to look for in buying a house. And most importantly, when is the best time to do it? We'll also talk about which time of the year is best to make the said purchase. Before we start, do help us out by smashing the like and subscribe button. If you're ready, let's get right into the video. Let's start this off by dropping a bomb. This is the worst time to buy a house. You might have been patiently waiting and saving for your new home, but here's the truth. The housing market is so hot that according to Redfin's latest data, over half of all homes are selling for over asking price right now. Prices are climbing at the fastest pace in more than 3 decades, and homes are frequently selling above their list price. The reason why this is the worst market to buy a house is that this is a seller's market. If you're looking to get a deal in this market, well then, good luck, because it will be like looking for a needle in a haystack. To understand what causes the real estate market prices to go up and down, you have to look outside the box. Economic factors all over the world like forbearance, moratorium, unemployment rates, and stock market, everything is just so expensive these days. All of these have a very strong impact on the prices. The builders can't build fast enough because the price of building a house has doubled. In other words, they can't build quickly enough to meet demand. You can also take a look at the stock market. Is it doing well? Are people spending money there instead of the real estate market? You also have to look at the government's course of action. Are they spending money on housing or causing people to buy houses with incentives and programs to promote the said purchase? You need to look at these factors and more to understand how the real estate market will pan out. According to economists, the price growth will remain elevated through the rest of the year and into 2022 because millennials will keep demand high, and they see the construction industry having a hard time keeping up. However, we think that the real estate prices will not continue to go higher. The Federal Reserve keeps buying mortgage-backed securities, but they can't do this forever, for they have a limited amount of money. So that's gonna stop soon. If rates keep going up in the future, then house prices will plummet down. House prices will slowly start to readjust and there will be no market crash. Indeed, you heard us right. There will be no market crash, but there will be a market adjustment. When that adjustment happens, people might falter on their moratoriums and not be able to pay their mortgages or even lose their jobs when the economy goes down south. But right now, the economy is doing great, so you probably won't find anybody who's going to sell you their house for any price cheaper than the market rate. However, in the future, maybe in about 6 to 9 months, that'll drastically change. That's the best time to capitalize on it. Another thing to keep in mind is that Americans are spending money like crazy. The market is thriving right now. People are investing in crypto and other markets. People are making money. Did you know that Americans have spent $900 billion since last year? The market is surely not gonna crash anytime soon because people have so much buying power. Take this as another factor to look out for. When people stop spending money, that's when the prices go down with it. Know that rents are going up and prices are still high. That's why there are no chances of a crash happening. So all to say, this is a bad time to buy a property. We guarantee that you can find a great deal in the future if you wait a little more. According to recent reports, we might see more homes coming onto the market later this year and into 2022. This means that you might have more houses to choose from next year. Additionally, recent surveys have indicated that a higher number of homeowners are planning to list their homes for sale in the near future. This is partly due to the ongoing vaccine rollout, among other factors. The short version is that homeowners appear to be more willing to list their homes for sale today compared to a year ago. If these trends continue, homebuyers who wait until 2022 to buy a house might have more properties to choose from. And that's a pretty big deal when you consider the tight inventory conditions we've been dealing with for months. Now that you know it's best to wait out next year, here comes another question. What time of the year is the best time to buy a house? Well, late summer is the best season to buy a house if you want a shopping experience with enough inventory to find a home you love, while benefiting from sellers lowering prices before the fall. Therefore, the best month to buy a house is August. Generally speaking, buyers in the fall and winter will have fewer options yet more flexibility in price, and spring and summer buyers will have more options but less negotiating power. Before buying a house, you might also want to consider the personal circumstances that dictate when to purchase. Buying before you're financially ready or buying a home that's too expensive could leave you at risk of defaulting your mortgage down the road or ultimately losing your home to foreclosure. Being a homeowner is expensive. Zillow research shows that the hidden cost of home ownership averaged $9,080 per year. That includes things like taxes, insurance, and utility payments, but doesn't include landscaping and cleaning, which can add another $3,021 a year. Buying a home that hasn't been maintained or updated can add even more unexpected costs, particularly in the first few years of home ownership or when major systems in the home fail. New construction tends to come with a higher price tag, but there's less of a risk of unexpected expenses as everything is brand new. If buying an outdated home makes you nervous, consider buying a recently updated home. Zillow-owned homes are move-in ready, so you shouldn't have to worry about big-ticket repairs immediately after moving in. Finally, remember that your housing expenses are only one part of your personal financial picture. Affording a mortgage and its related expenses can be a challenge if you're also in the midst of paying medical bills, kids' college tuition, if you're retired or have an unstable source of income. Overall, a huge takeaway from this is that it's good to remember to not panic. This is probably the most important but also the hardest not to do. Just as markets don't plummet and stay down forever, nor do they stay high. Any wealth advisor will tell you that time and patience have always been volatility's equalizer in both directions. For prospective homebuyers and sellers right now, the same advice generally applies. Homeowners considering putting their houses on the market to cash in on their newfound equity shouldn't be in a rush to do so. The housing market is unlikely to plummet where it was pre-pandemic, so the gains will still be there 6 months from now and likely far longer. For homebuyers, don't panic buy unless you have to. Houses aren't going away or extinct. Eventually, supply will catch back up with demand through increased home building, development, and more innovative and alternative co-living concepts. These in themselves will directly soften prices in the upcoming year and into 2022. Yes, mortgage rates will rise, so the cheap money will likely be around for a while as well. Remember that real estate is very cyclical. There will be a time that foreclosures start to happen and so will short sales. When that occurs, snatch a deal fast. You want to be in that position wherein there's a good distance and you can strike when the iron is hot. By the iron is hot, we mean the rates start to climb and house prices trickle down. With that, thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button and turn on post notifications to be updated on our new stuff. Until then, we'll see you on the next one.